What is the Singleton Design Pattern in C#? The Singleton Design Pattern ensures that a class has only one instance and provides a global point of access to that instance. It is often used for objects which are expensive to create, or when you want to make sure that every part of the application uses a shared resource, such as connection pools or configuration management. You can use the Singleton pattern in C# in different kinds of applications such as console, web, desktop, and mobile as well. Now, in the console applications, the Singleton pattern is normally used for configuration management and logging. When it comes to web applications, we can use them for database connections, also caching and configuration, as well as session management. And for desktop and mobile applications, we can use the Singleton pattern for configuration management, checking for updates or licenses, and also resource access. Here's a sample code which demonstrates the use of the Singleton pattern inside a console application. Now, let's take a look at the code. We declare our class public sealed class logger. The sealed modifier prevents the class from being inherited, and the next line here declares a private static read-only field of type lazy logger. The lazy T type is a thread-safe way of creating objects lazily, which means that the logger instance will not be created until it is actually accessed. And inside the lazy logger constructor, we use a lambda function which actually creates a new instance of the logger class. And if you look at the constructor, it is private, which ensures that there's no other part of the code can create an instance of the logger class directly, which is basically what we need to do when we use the Singleton pattern. And next, we have a public static property, which we call instance, and making it static ensures that it's accessible without creating an instance of the class. And this is our get accessor for the instance property, which means it is going to return a value of the instance field. And finally, this is our public method, which is called log message. It takes a string parameter, and for now, we only write to the console. You can actually change the code to write to a file, to log to a database, or whatever you need to do with the log message method. This is our main method, where we use the logger class that we just created. It basically logs a message application started. We are going to do some work, and then it is going to log another message application finished. This is just a sample code. I'm only printing a one line, but basically you can do a lot of work here and just print the message application started at the beginning and application finished when the code execution is done. So let's run the program. Okay, and you can see we have the application started message, then the line that demonstrates our code execution, and then we have the application finished message, which is also printed by the logger. If I have to summarize, what do you need to do when you want to implement the Singleton pattern in C#? When creating your class, use a private constructor, which makes sure that the class cannot be instantiated from outside of the code, of the class code. Then use a private static instance, member variable, which actually holds the single instance of the class, and use a public static method, which provides a global point of access to the instance. Even though the Singleton pattern is quite useful in specific scenarios, it has its share of pitfalls, and if you want to learn more about them, you can pause the screen and read about the potential problems. That was another quick tutorial which looked at using the Singleton pattern in C#. Thank you for watching.